Hey, YouTube! Your favorite wind raiser here is here for another Transformers review, and I have finally stepped out of the realm of War for Cybertron and have stepped forward into the door of Transformers Legacy, which, in my opinion, is Transformers Generations 3.0. I mean, come on, think about it. We had Transformers Generations. We had Generations 2.0, which was basically figures from different toy lines, from different eras of the Transformers. And now we're doing it again for Transformers Legacy, aka Generations 3.0. And today we're going to be taking a look at a pretender known as Iguanas. And this is a figure I never had as a kid. I never had the original Pretender. I wanted him, but I could never find him. But I get a second chance to own him again. Or not again, to actually own him, to own the character. And I like him. So I have him standing on this little platform here. But let's go ahead and take a close look at him. Love the paint detail, the paint and the molding detail. The scales on his head, his biceps here, as well as his calf muscles and his thighs, his shins. Very nice. I love the gold. I love the little the bone white belt he has. Got some red in the chest and some gold. He's even got molded teeth. Very cool. Posability on him. His head is on a swivel. There is a little bit. So it's a swivel. There's a little bit of up and down. There's a ball joint at the shoulder, ball joint at the elbow, ball joint at the hip, ball joint at the knee, and a ball joint at the ankle. So for posability for him, he can hold it very well. Side by side comparison. Here he is next to my Titan's Return 6-shot, who is holding a Repugnus. And here he is next to Combiner Wars Skylynx, who I have in his Lynx mode. So yeah, pick it. This mode is really easy. You just pop this up, flip that around to make a tail, and flip the legs around. And here he is next to Alicon and the Sharkticon. Now you can see how tall he is compared to these guys when they're in their beastie modes. And just for the hell of it, here he is next to a Micromaster. So we're gonna go ahead and trying to get my Micromaster back into his vehicle mode. I just popped his arm off. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and take Iguanas here, and we're gonna get him into his robot mode, but first I need to take a look at his weapon, because I don't do this often. He comes with this weird cannon fork thing. I don't know what it is. There's no real name for it in the directions. I checked Wikipedia. I couldn't find a name. But yeah, this is his weapon. So he holds it by this little peg, and the bigger bots can hold it by that peg. But if you have Skywarp and say Rodimus, and everyone's already seen this, so I don't mind saying, I'm gonna say it anyways, it makes a sword. This is the hilt of the sword. Skywarp comes with the handle, or the pummel of the sword, while Rodimus comes with the blade. So he can go ahead and hold this. Yeah, it's a very snug fit, like so. Or you can have him hold it like that, and he can, I don't know, stab you with it. We're going to go ahead and get into this transformation. So go ahead to do that. First we're going to do, come to the back, take this part here, unpeg it, right down, swing it up and over his head. And there's these little divots here, right here in his chest plate, that these little nubbin pegs. Sorry. So there's this divot here in his chest. This little nub here, right here, is going to peg into his chest. Make that click. And I'll peg right there. Go ahead, bring his arms out, rotate him at the waist. What I like to do first is rotate his legs at the knees. And there's these pegs that are off on his knees that will go into his tail. And you just peg that down. And peg that down. And just ignore the notifications that my phone's going off. So next we're going to come here to his wheels. Take this. Bring it like that. Take this one. And rotate it like so. And with this one, we'll peg into his feet. We'll rotate his feet around, and then peg it. They're going to look like this, and they'll peg into the wheel like so. Next, we'll come to his arms. Bring him forward, and this peg will go into this the sock. This nub right here is going to go into this hole right here. And when you're doing that, you want to rotate the arm. We'll plug that in. And the back of the hand will plug into the wheel. So rotate the arm inward. Plug it in, pop it in, and pop that in. And there you have him in his motorcycle mode, which is very cool. Go ahead and take the weapon and just peg it up on top. You can have it like this, or you can have it that way. Whichever your preference. I prefer it that way when it's in vehicle mode. But yeah, it's a very nice motorcycle mode. I do like it. I like how the seat, the tail here becomes the seat. So that's very cool. You got some nice right here on the front. Nice Decepticon symbol right there. Very nicely done. It does roll to a certain point to where he'll fall over. Like if you're on carpet, it goes a good way. So, yeah. There you guys have that. Here he is next to a Micromaster. Here he is next to I forget his freaking name. Oh yeah, Blue Streak. Let me back up the camera a bit. Let's see, who else can I compare him to? Let's go ahead with Gnaw. And Alicon. And soon to be the next review, and going to be the next review, his Wavemate, Skids. He'll be reviewed very shortly. There you guys have it. There's been my review for Transformers Legacy Iguanas. I'm Windraiser, and I'll see y'all on the next review.